Hello, everyone. Welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry. I'm a blue dot in a red state, utilizing tarot to help us navigate these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. And I really am glad that you're here and welcome. And thank you to all the new subscribers. Wow, that makes me so happy. If you haven't subscribed yet, now would be a great time to subscribe and also to like in the video. It just helps me. It helps my channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. So, the focus of today's reading is going to be about the No Kings protest. Now, I did the reading before. Sorry, I see them. I hear some really weird. Okay, sorry. I was distracted for a moment. I did a No Kings protest reading, and I got that it was going to be fine. However, and I do think that, there's like 18, the last count, there was 1,800 and still growing. So it could be even 2,000 marches by now. I still think the majority of those, vast majority of those are going to be just fine. Okay. Now there is, according, let's see, they're sending, more ICE agents into various blue cities. Mass deportations are planned for Boston, D.C., Miami, New York City, Denver, San Antonio. Reporting was that raids have already begun, but there's logistic problems over a lack of personnel. No kidding. Like, they didn't have this well planned out. Shocking. It's expected that a national emergency will be declared soon after. Okay. As I'm recording this, I'm recording this on Thursday, June 12th. I will be doing an update on California lawsuit. I'm waiting for that ruling to come out. I'm expecting. I got in that it would be, the judge was going to stop it. And there's going to be appeals and all that stuff. So I don't know that it's going to be an immediate stop and get the hell out of our state with that because of the appeals. I want to look specifically at the No Kings protest in the cities that I just listed. So Boston, D.C., Miami, New York City, Denver, San Antonio. And there's already been Spokane has had stuff happen there. It's amazing what mainstream media is not reporting. Okay, I'll just say that. Aaron Parnas, awesome. Love him. Okay, he's doing excellent work, excellent reporting. So what do I have? Oh, and then the second part of this, what will happen with Trump's little toy soldier parade? No, I am not dissing our military. I am sorry that our military is being put in this position and being used as, to prop up a little wannabe dictator. Okay. So no disrespect to our military. It's Trump that's disrespecting them, and it's horrendous. Okay. And then there is like an 80% chance of thunderstorms for DC that day. It's so sad. Actually, that evening, whenever the parade's supposed to start. And then also Trump has said that the protesters, not rioters, protesters will be met with swift action. So I just kind of want to look at probably two things. One is I definitely want to look at the No Kings protests in those specific cities. And then is it going to rain on Trump's parade? Fingers crossed. As always, these are for entertainment purposes only. No Kings protests in in those cities that I mentioned. Let's just do a base reading, okay? Base reading into those specific cities. What's that going to look like? Okay. Something being offered. Something, this is like aces are new beginnings with, financial security, money, something tangible. Okay, so let's see what else comes up. The challenge, winning at all costs. So if I'm just going to be looking at these two, it's like they are exercising their rights. We have rights in this country to protest. I think that ICE is going to be causing problems. I mean, that's what's crossing this. This is not exactly this is a, burn it down at all costs. This is winning at all costs. So is Trump going to make, he's got an opportunity to make a spectacle. Is he going to do that? Yes. Okay. So let's see here. Shedding a light, messaging. I usually get this as my Pam Bondi card. So expect her to have some kind of, she's, probably telling, ICE, what the law, what it is that they need to do, like what laws, she's actually kind of directing this in some way. Pages. I have been seeing this as the truth card, so I'm curious. I don't normally read it as that, so I'm curious about what the next card is. Our recent influences is okay. This is not recent influences or past experiences. This is going to be what happens now. Okay. I like using the modified Celtic cross. I really do. However, I find that, like time and tarot, you've heard me say that I don't know how many times. And like when I do past, a lot of times, like those past influences actually do mean past influences. And, recent influences actually really do mean like the past. And this is what we're bringing into the present. And that's how, this is all fitting together. Sometimes, though, I see things like, I have gotten this, and this is why I'm a little bit more open with, the interpretation of this modified Celtic cross. I have gotten in the past what tarot shows us is a story, okay? And I never know like exactly where I'm picking up that story time-wise. And I remember, I don't remember what the reading was about. I don't remember what readings are. And this has been like probably decades ago. And the reading I did, the person was like, I don't know what this past is. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, okay, I'm just telling you what's coming up here. That person came back, like whatever, like later at, 2 weeks, month later, and said, I have to tell you something. Everything you said happened. However, that past stuff hadn't happened yet. And so, but then when it did happen, then it was the past. And then everything else did happen after that. So it was out of order. So what I was getting as a past actually hadn't happened yet. Okay. I just wanted to throw that in there as a little side note on why I don't always just stick real strongly to, like adhering to this is the way it has to be, because sometimes the timing and like where these fall don't always line up with that. Okay. Just side note there, little side quest with Sherry, and kind of how readings work for me. So what I'm seeing here is like, this is messages, and these are like happy messages. It could also be a message of truth, is bringing an end to this administration. Okay. This could also be that, if I've been getting this like other like side messages, like, okay, that's great. And it's almost like we see the truth, and this is what's bringing an end to this administration. The truth will set us free. that is the big message that I get with that. And that as far as these cities go, because I understand, I actually really do want to know. Yes, Pam Bondi or whoever, it could be, is Tulsi Gabbard in a position that she would have any say in this? I have no idea, nor do, whatever. So whoever this is giving directives. Kristi Noem, it could be Kristi Noem. Could be cosplay Barbie there. Is saying, yeah, do whatever, unleash whatever. Unleash hell on these cities. And they don't care that it's the protests going on. Okay. When I say unleash hell, I don't think it's going to be the parade or the marches specific. I think it's going to be raids going on around, I mean, those are big cities, and what they say, I saw one official from California say, yeah, that I think it was the mayor said, these protests are limited to like, what was it, a 7-block area or something, and they've got all these, it's like, there's parts of LA that's like we don't even know what's going, like we're not even over there. So some of these cities, let's just see, are these cities going to successfully be able to have their No Kings marches without interference and agitators from the government? Because yes, I do think that the raids are going to be going on over the weekend in those cities. And as far as the marches, Mad King Don, he wants there to be, he definitely wants there to be when they say that there's bad actors out there causing problems, that's what I'm feeling with this is there's going to be bad actors out there causing those problems. So if you live in one of those cities and go to, this is you have a right. You have a right to peacefully protest. Whenever you see the bad actors, walk away. There's been something going around about, just sit down. It's like, no, don't sit down. Get away. Calmly walk away. The idea was you want to make it clear who's causing the problem, so when the police show up they know who to arrest. Don't be part of the confusion and get caught up in that. Okay, you definitely just walk away. And I know that our march, I'm not expecting any problems at our march because red state and the police that have always done such a good job and where we are. We've never had any problems. So I think the majority of these are going to be safe and fine. Yes, there's going to be, I think there's probably going to be more counter protesters at this one than we've seen. At ours, there's been like a handful. And I live in a red area. So I was surprised that it's only been, I've been surprised that it's only been a handful. Not that they were there. Just it's like, really? There's only a handful? So I think that there's going to be some, these aren't horrible disaster cards with that. This is like, Mad King Don wants there to be problems. He wants there to be, there'll be bad actors. There'll be, agitators, because that's what he wants, to promote his message. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, so let's go ahead and transition now to the DC parade. Is it going to rain on Trump's parade? Is it going to rain on his big, beautiful parade? You already know. Did you hear me roll my eyes when I said that? Is it going to rain? And with the weather, a higher calling the government, he may not be happy with how it goes. Looking out into the future, moving forward, all the money that was spent on this stupid parade and the streets, what they're going to have to do to repair the streets afterwards and our country. Let me just ask, yes or no, is it going to rain? I don't know what the rain card would be in tarot. I guess we'll find out. Is it going to rain? Oh, I don't know what the rain card would be. Water. That would be this card. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of cracking myself up. It would be this card. A lot of water. I think that, yes, there's going to be some rain. Yeah. And this is like, it serves them right. I'm basically getting it serves them right that there's going to be rain. So, yeah, I think there's going to be rain. And that I kind of wonder if this isn't like the parade has to be postponed because of lightning. Because, it's like forecast for like strong thunderstorms. That's what's being forecast. You can't have them out there, with lightning. Trump probably doesn't care. And then are we going to see counter protesters, which would be, our side? Are there going to be counter protesters at the DC? Display. And counter protesters, I think there are. I'm not really seeing too much going on here. As we know, Trump's a lot of bluster. It's almost like this would almost say like they're being kept separate. They're being kept like away from everybody else, which would stand to reason. It really would, because that's what happens, at our marches. There's a section, there's a place for the counter protesters, and it's not mingling with everybody else. That's the feeling I'm getting. There may be, I just am not seeing, like, they're exercising their right to be there. The big bully club, there may be some threats, but for the most part, I think any counter protesters are like, they're kept separate. And I'm not seeing there's nothing here that's saying arrest. Okay. Bully club, exercising your rights, and being kept separate from everything else. So yeah, I think I'm not really seeing that be a big thing at all. Let me see what else. Do I have anything? No, I don't. Okay. Okay, so with what I'm getting with all of this, if you live in one of those cities that they're starting to do the ice raids on, be careful. Okay, definitely be careful. Know what the safety plan is. Have a safety plan. Okay, know like for our march, like we have safety personnel. They're in like the safety jackets, and that's very clear for us of what, like if you see trouble, go talk to them. The counter protesters are over here. That's where the police are going to be keeping them corralled. I mean, we have very clear, like protocol at ours. And as I said, we're not even expecting any troubles, and there's very specific protocols, to help keep us safe. So know what those are. Definitely, yeah, be careful out there. I don't, I, whatever happens, it's going to be the agitators, and it's going to be ICE. And I'm using ICE kind of as a blank, like the government is going to be the one agitating. And we're seeing that. I mean, we're seeing that now. So, just, I don't know, know what to say. That's what we're seeing. The national emergency, I do want to ask that. That was one more question that I had real quick, that I want to ask real quick. Is he going to declare a national emergency? Is he going to be declaring and with national emergency, he wants to. The plan, I mean, there's a plan, but people rise up. The people, we're not going to have this. Yeah, decisions that this is not who we are, and it comes to an end. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so if he does, it's just like, remember, it's just that one more step into all roads lead to the tower card. All roads lead to everything that he does now is we're on a fast track, I think, for him coming to an end. And that is one thing that it is not in the DNA of the American people to be ruled by martial law. I don't see that happening. It's not saying that he's not going to try it, but holy hell, I can't even imagine. It's like it is in our DNA that we do not, we are not ruled by tyrants. Sorry to England there, but we're not. We're not. And so I just don't see that being, I see that if he tries that, that's just that just brings about a faster end to his administration. And not just him, the administration. So like all of them. I just don't see that. I'm not saying he won't try it. I'm just saying I don't see that long lasting. It is not in the DNA of the American people. It's almost like, South Korea has given us the blueprint of what to do. And what was the other one? Hungary? It's like Hungary actually did get rid of their president. And, the United States will be like, South Korea, hold our beer. I do not see that being a successful thing that actually happens if he tries it. I just don't. I mean, you saw people in lockdown during COVID. That did not work out well at all. So, I mean, people have to work. It's like you have to go to work. Kids have to go to school. I have to go to the grocery store. You have doctor's appointments. And I mean, we are a very busy society, which we found out during COVID. And I don't see us going back to that. Not to mention, they told everybody they wanted them back at work anyway. So, come back to work. Oh, but yeah, now you're under martial law. I mean, I just don't know how that works. So, we're not made for that. It's not going to happen. Anyway, not going to say he's not going to try, but not going to be successful. Be safe out there this weekend. Have a good time. Wear comfortable shoes. Take your sunscreen. Know your safety plan. That actually is know your safety plan. Take sunscreen and plenty of water. So have a great time, and I will catch you on the next reading. Have a good day.